Hello everyone, how's everyone doing this evening? I hope all is well. I'm at work, as you guys can see in the background. I just relieved one of the guards, and now I'm at my post about to knock this shift out and do what it do. You gotta excuse me, you guys, it's a little dark, but I'm gonna be walking into the light in a minute. I just kinda want to give you guys an update what's been going on with me. You know, I just been working, grinding, you know, taking care of business as I'm supposed to, and also talk about sex trafficking. You know, in my previous videos I've been talking about my daughter a lot, how her defiance has gotten her in trouble. She's been in and out of juvie and things like that, and she's supposed to be released out of juvenile hall sometime next week. And her social worker has, you know, finally has a group home in place for her. Hopefully it goes well, because it's hard to find her a group home because she doesn't stay, and her behavior, no one wants to deal with her. Well, anyway, I just kind of want to give you parents the signs of sex trafficking, and I want to share with you guys how I found out that my daughter was a victim to sex trafficking at a very young age, since she was 14. You know, by me being a single mom and working, and there ain't no father in the home, you know, we kind of miss things. You know what I mean? I work graveyard shift, always have. I felt that graveyard shift was pretty okay because, you know, I can work all night. My kids are in bed, and when my kids get out of school during, you know, after school, I can see them, do their homework, and then I go to work at night. But that didn't turn out too well. But anyway, some of the signs with sex trafficking is that you want to look for is if your child comes home with expensive clothes, you know, money, cell phones, you know, merchandise that you parents may not pay for, have never paid for. And I can remember I was working so much, and I would come home and be so tired, and I felt like long as the house was clean and they were fed, and, you know, I made sure they had a little electronics and everything to keep themselves occupied, that everything was okay. But my daughter used to come home with expensive shit. She used to come home with, like, True Religions and, you know, Polo and Calvin Klein, and, like, she used to buy me, like, you know, these candles and stuff, like, that cost about 20 bucks or more, because she knew I liked the candles. And she would come home with, you know, polishes for her nails and CDs and all this kind of stuff. And I used to, I just be like, Idra, where are you getting all this stuff from? And she used to be like, oh, you know, my friends gave me some of this stuff, and, you know, they gave me these clothes because, you know, they wore them and they didn't want them anymore, and you don't have to worry. You know, I got friends that got money. Now, mind you, her friends were just, you know, their mothers obviously were middle-class working families, but shit, half the stuff that she was bringing home, I couldn't afford that kind of stuff. But at the same time, I just went along with it. I said, well, maybe they are getting her these things, you know. And I was just like, well, as long as you're not stealing, or, you know, some man is not giving you something that, you know, he ain't supposed to be giving, you know, to you or whatever, it's all good, you know, as long as it's honest. She was like, yeah, it was honest. So those were one of the signs she would come home with expensive stuff. The other sign was she was leaving the house in the middle of the night. You know, taking her brother with her. Or she would keep him in the house and she would get picked up by older men. And now, mind you, she's doing this at 14 years old. Now, mind you, I'm thinking she's home, asleep with her brother in the bed. She's out doing her prostitution at 14. And how I end up finding out was towards the end, because her brother told me about it. Finally, he told me towards the end, when I had to put her in group homes and things like that, because he was so loyal to his sister, and at the same time he was scared of his sister because you know she was hitting on him and beating on him and threatening him not to tell me, until the point she was becoming out of control, till she was just doing it repeatedly and she didn't care anymore. So I had to go get the boys involved and put her in placement. So if your child is like having merchandise, constantly running away from home, and another sign was too, she was coming home high. But I missed those signs too, because like I said, I was working so much, I just wasn't really paying attention to the signs. And one of the signs with her that I noticed that she was doing some things that was out of character was she became very lethargic. Now, my daughter has always been extremely clean and very neat. I've always taught both of my children that. Like, she will always be on top of everything and be on point. And when I was working and stuff, when I got home, everything was on point. Like, the house was clean. She made sure her brother was dressed and she was dressed. She was ready to go to school. Like, everything was so on point. Like, I just missed every sign. So, I got off track. But what I'm saying to you guys is, you parents, if you have a child that's a victim of sex trafficking, please notice the signs and immediately go get help. Now, I went to, the day before yesterday, I went to, is anybody in there? I had went to a group where I was surrounded around other women that was experiencing the same things I was going through with their children. Their kids out there, a renegade, you know, out there, you know, selling their bodies, being exploited on the track. And I really felt good to be around other mothers that was going through the same thing. Because let me tell you guys something. Don't let another parent try to tell you what you can and you cannot do if they're not in the same shoes as you. I'm sorry. In my opinion, that shit don't work for me. I had parents try to tell me, well, a parent, because I don't deal with people like that, but I had a parent try to tell me what I should and should not do. And it's like, yo, if your daughter's about to graduate high school and you about to pick out prom dresses and my daughter out here on the track, you cannot tell me nothing, sweetheart. That's just me. So I'm just telling you guys, just be around people. And even if you don't want to deal with your family members, because sometimes family members, they don't even understand. You know, they can say some condescending shit. They don't even know what you're going through or know what the fuck they talking about. Be around people that's relatable to your situation. You don't have to go through it alone. So I went to the meeting with these other women, and they had some incredible stories. I mean, I'm thinking I was going through some stuff. Like, these women not only got, like, you know, I got one daughter that's on the track and putting herself in some dangerous, risky situations, but these mothers got 4 or 5 kids, and all of them are doing some foul stuff. You feel me? And they got some incredible stories with their testimony and what they're going through. And you want to be around people that's going to keep you strong and keep your head up, because it's a horrible situation when your daughter is out there selling her body and jumping in and out of cars and doing things like that. Because my daughter will tell me in a minute, you know, I'm a renegade, I'm out here hoeing, and this is what I do, and I don't care, you know. So, you know, I just thought I'd share that with you guys, you know. Just to give you guys a heads up what to look out for. I'm gonna say one more thing in closing. I know in the beginning of my videos I was saying that I'm gonna show you guys that I'm fixing up my place, and I'm gonna be going to school and all that. I'm letting you guys know that's still gonna happen. Don't even trip. All that is gonna be together. Everything is about parties, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel good. Even, you know, I'm finding some positivity out of all of this, because you know what? This is my journey. This is my purpose. This is my life. And how I'm going to deal with this is still give God gratitude through all this. Because what I'm saying and what I'm bringing to the table could help somebody else. And that's real talk. Peace.